In the high-stakes game of American politics, California's governor is considering a move that could change the balance of power in Washington, but it would mean challenging a system his own state's voters put in place, leading even some allies to call it a crazy hill to die on. This is AITV News, and today we're explaining the battle over California's political maps.
The story begins with a threat from California Governor Gavin Newsom. He has publicly floated the idea of throwing out the state's current congressional district maps and drawing new ones before the 2026 elections. His reason is a direct response to former President Donald Trump, who has urged Texas Republicans to redraw their state's maps to create more GOP-friendly districts and protect their party's narrow majority in the United States House. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has since directed the state legislature to take up redistricting in a special session. Newsom argues that if Republicans are going to aggressively redraw maps for political gain, a practice known as gerrymandering, then Democrats can't afford to play by different rules. He's framed it as a break-the-emergency-glass measure, saying, "I'm not going to be the guy who said I could, shoulda, woulda. I'm not going to be passive in this moment." What makes this so controversial in California is the state's unique system. Unlike in Texas, where the legislature draws the maps, California voters decided years ago to take that power away from politicians. In 2008, they created the California Citizens Redistricting Commission. It's an independent 14-member group made up of 5 Democrats, 5 Republicans, and 4 unaffiliated citizens, tasked with drawing fair districts based on population and communities, not political advantage. Ironically, Governor Newsom himself supported the creation of this very commission when he was mayor of San Francisco.
Newsom's proposal has energized, enraged, and confused Democrats. Many national Democrats, including House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, are open to the idea, arguing the party needs to fight fire with fire. Jeffries has met with the California congressional delegation to discuss the possibility.
But many California Democrats are strongly opposed. Assemblymember Alex Lee, who heads the legislature's Progressive Caucus, called the idea dangerous and foolish, adding, "Trying to save democracy by destroying democracy is dangerous and foolish." The fear is that it undermines the will of California's voters and legitimizes the exact political tactics they oppose. One anonymous Democratic consultant put it bluntly, saying the optics of taking power from citizens and giving it back to politicians are horrendous and indefensible. That's a crazy hill to die on.
So, how could this even happen? It would be difficult. Newsom is exploring 2 main paths. The first is to test a legal theory that the state legislature can simply pass a law to create new maps in between the usual 10-year cycle. This would almost certainly be challenged in court immediately. The second path would be to ask the voters to give the power back to the legislature, which would require a costly special election. The potential prize for Democrats is significant. Political consultants believe a new partisan map could flip at least 3 California districts from Republican to Democrat, a major shift given the United States House is so narrowly divided.
For now, this remains a high-stakes political threat. What happens next depends on several factors. All eyes are on Texas to see if Republicans there move forward with their own redistricting. If they do, the pressure on Newsom to act will intensify. Any move in California would also trigger immediate legal battles that would likely go to the state's Supreme Court. The fight over drawing lines on a map in one state could ultimately determine which party controls Congress in 2026.